Hello, my name is Tracy Allen, and I want to welcome you to Cooking with Some Friends. Hello, and welcome to Cooking with Some Friends. I'm going to make a recipe today for some naughty Brookie chocolate poke cake. That's kind of a mouthful. But one of the things that I found at our house anyway, my husband loves Oreos, and so it's hard to keep those around. But I salvaged some, thanks, he actually saved them for me. But I have 15 Oreos in the bottom of my 9x13 that I just sprayed the bottom of the pan before I put those in. And I am preheating my oven to 350. And so now I'm going to start combining ingredients. And I'm going to start with, I have 1.5 cups of granulated sugar. And I have 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. Then I have 3 eggs. In there. And 1 tablespoon of vanilla. And I'm just going to mix these together. And you can use your mixer if you want to, but there's really no need to. Okay, now that I have those mixed together, I've got 1/2 cup of sour cream that I want to add in. And once I get this stirred in, I'm going to set this aside and work on my dry ingredients. Sour cream always makes a cake just that much more moist. And I don't use low fat or no fat sour cream when I bake because it doesn't turn out the same. Same way with cream cheese. It's definitely not the same. So I'm going to set this aside. And then in another bowl, I'm going to sift together. I have 2 cups of flour. And I want to add 1/2 cup of cocoa powder that I want to sift in there. And I have some espresso powder, and that would be 1 tablespoon. And I don't want my husband to know that the coffee and the espresso's in there until he tastes this so that he knows that it's good. It's one of those things that if he knows what's in it, sometimes he won't eat it. And then I have a mixture of 2.5 teaspoons baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1 teaspoon of salt. So I want to sift all those together. And I did get out my sifter that likes to catch, so we have to be careful with this one. I don't know why I grabbed the sifter. Purchased I don't know how many sifters over the last 50 years, and I only find 1 or 2 sometimes that don't catch or have some kind of an issue. This one seems to be doing okay today. Okay, once I get those sifted together, I'm going to add this mixture alternately by halves into my wet mixture, but I'm going to add it alternately with 1 1/4 cups of hot brewed coffee. So I will add in about 1/2 of my sifted mixture. Somebody's at my front door. It's Noah. I got my... I am. I've got my camera going. My oven's hot. So it's always fun when grandkids come over and they're coming in the door. Then I want to add 1/2 of my hot coffee. And then the other 1/2 of my dry. And then the rest of my coffee. Now I'm going to pour this over my Oreos, and I'm going to put this in the oven for about 25 to 30 minutes. And or a toothpick comes out clean. And then I'm going to take that out and let it cool slightly. So I'm ready for the rest of my dry. and then the rest of my coffee, and then pour it over. So our cake has completely cooled, and I took my wooden spoon with a rounded end and poked holes in it. Now I'm going to take 1 3/4 cups of milk, cold milk, and put a 3.4-ounce package of instant chocolate pudding in it and mix this up. And this will go over our cake, and we want to make sure it gets down in the holes. And then we're going to refrigerate this for about 25 minutes or so. Just want to stir it until it starts to thicken a little bit. Then we'll put it over the cake, make sure it goes down in the holes, and refrigerate before the next step. Refrigerate it so that that sets up some. Okay, I'm going to pour it over, let it go down in the holes, and then refrigerate. Okay, we're ready to finish our naughty Brookie chocolate poke cake, and I've taken 1 1/2 cups of heavy whipping cream and I put it in a chilled bowl, and I beat that to soft peak. Then I added about 1/2 cup plus 2 tablespoons roughly powdered sugar gradually till it came to stiff peak. And now I'm going to go ahead and ice my cake with this mixture. And if you would rather do it though, you can always just use whipped cream. I've got some out. I just decided to go ahead with this instead. But you're just going to ice this over the top of your pudding layer that has been chilled. And then over the top of this, I've got some things that we're going to add on top. We have some mini Oreos that you can put on. We've got some mini Chips Ahoy that I cut in half. And I've got some cosmic brownies that I cubed up into small pieces. So this is definitely not a diet thing. It's a naughty poke cake. And then I'm going to take a little bit of my hot fudge sauce that I have out, and I'll warm it up just a little bit and take about 3 tablespoons or 4 tablespoons of it and drizzle it over the top. And that will complete our cake. Definitely a rich dessert, but if you love chocolate like we do here, then this one might be for you. I don't want to waste any of it. Okay. Oreos. And you can use full-size Oreos, full-size brownies, full-size Chips Ahoy, and just crush them up if you want to. I just like the way it looks better with the minis. Chips Ahoys. Oh, missed breaking one. And then our cosmic brownie pieces. When the grandkids dig into this, I know they'll go, I want a piece with more brownies, or I want a piece with more cookies. So whatever they want. You could make your own homemade brownies too, instead of using the cosmic brownies, or homemade cookies, or whatever just drizzle my hot fudge over it, and we'll put it in the fridge and it'll be done. Thanks for joining us for this session of Cooking with Some Friends. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And find us on Facebook at Cooking with Some Friends.